This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. We come to you regularly with short business stories, short private equity stories, as well as interviews with brilliant business and private equity colleagues, and then advice and business issues and lessons from life. Three of the private equity stories that we're following currently, I think, are fascinating, and they point to more transactions going on. They also point to this interest in consulting and different professional services worlds. First, you got Blackstone buying a majority stake in Chartis from the Audix Group. Here, Ken Graybois, the CEO and co-founder of Chartis, is magnificent. Second, Blackstone, Audix, the big PE firms really starting to get after it again. It's fascinating to watch. Second story we're following, PE in sports. Private equity has a vast interest in sports, and really the big private equity owners have to put big monies to work. So lots of interest in things that have big price tags, like NFL teams. NFL ownership might be the most elite fraternity in the world, so there's a lot of fascination there. Now, the NFL is generally not allowed private equity and public ownership, but the money is so big, and the NFL owners, of course, are interested in money amongst all other things, plus, excitement and the fun of the game and the eliteness of owning an NFL franchise. So they're going to look at how do they allow private equity funds to invest in sports teams because the money is just too big to pass up. Finally, third, another note, one of the great names of yesteryear in private equity, but still a great, great name, is Thomas H. Lee Capital, and they're raising a new $6.25 billion fund. I am finding fascinating watching the fund game. I mean, thrilled for me to visit with some boards where I serve with private equity funds, the Aquiline Capital Group, the Pamlico Capital Group, just fascinating people in the private equity space. And as the world has grown and developed, more and more just normal, good people, like the people I get to work with at those places, the Benedict Bearshes of the world, the Scott Stevens of the world, as well as some other funds that I work closely with. In any event, thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Those are three private equity stories that we're following currently.